How's everybody doing today? Here we have a 2014 Dodge Charger. It is a no crank, no start. And what I know so far is there is no communication with the transmission control module, the steering control module, and I think the BCM. Let's see here. Lost communication with body control module, lost communication with TCM, implausible missing transmission message, ASD main sense circuit, PO 688. Okay, and in the body so that is the engine control module. So we are communicating with the engine control module. Analog brake control module, lost communication with body control module, lost communication with TCM. But here it says lost communication with ECM, PCM in the analog brake control module. Run start input, performance or incorrect operation. Airbag, ignition, run start input, circuit open. Body control module, CAN bus performance off. Electronic power steering, CAN bus off performance. Electronic shifter module, lost communication with TCM. Instrument cluster, lost communication with TCM. CAN C message, CAN C off performance, lost communication with ECM, PCM. And more of the same. Steering control module, lost communication with central gateway, lost communication with ECM, lost ignition status. OBD2, lost communication with TCM, lost communication with body control module. Permanent codes, lost communication with TCM. Fan circuit 1, fan 1 control circuit, lost communication with body control module. Fan 2 control circuit. All right, so what I know so far, I just pulled it in, well, pushed it in. Checked all my fuses here, checked all my fuses in the trunk. Now, I looked at these big fuses, but I did not pull them out to see if there's power, but I checked all my little fuses. Now on this 20 and 25, ASD1 and ASD2, there's no power on these two fuses. I'd have to look up a wiring diagram to see if that's normal or not. They may get power sent to these from a relay or something, so I'm not too overly concerned or thinking about that yet. But I put it up in the air and just looked around, did a visual inspection. Well, first I seen this wire here chewed up right there, but it's not cut all the way through. So I don't even know what that goes to, but it's not cut all the way through, and it don't look like it's going into any other wires. So not overly concerned about that yet. And then up in the air, I thought this was going to fix it, but it did not. Right here, these wires go to the transmission. Yeah, I could get a better picture from the bottom, but I've got a brown wire there that goes to the transmission that was broken too. Now, I did not have on my shifter, I did not have the little D for, or P, I did not have the little P for park lit up. And when I hooked that wire up, I got that little light on my shifter back, but still no communication with the TCM. And still no crank. So that's where I'm at this morning. I think what I'm gonna do is get my scope out, and there's a star connector over there in the passenger, under the passenger dash. So I'm gonna put my scope on there and see what my CAN bus is doing. Just wanted to give a shot of that wire that was broke in two there. It's that brown wire there. And you can see they've spliced a purple into it. And hooking that wire, twisting that wire back together got me the shifter to light up. The part on the shifter to light up. And that brown wire goes, that brown wire goes back here to the transmission plug. Okay, so I got this panel pulled down. This was just hanging here. And it's got one communication wire unplugged. Is that supposed to be? Because that's taped up there. I don't even know at this point whether that's supposed to be plugged in or not, to be honest with you. It's taped up there, or it was. Or did somebody else tape it up there? I don't know. But I'm gonna plug it in. First I'm gonna put the scope on. Okay, I'm just hooked in with my scope over there into pins 6 and 14 in the data link connector. I mean, well, there looked like a weird spot there. But overall, the communication lines look pretty good.
Okay, Joe, sorry about it.
What's up?
I got a rocket scientist question.
Yeah.
If I put this computer in this thing, it ain't gonna run.
Okay, so my limited experience with this CAN network stuff, but to me that don't look right there. Good. But of course that could just be noise. That could just be noise. But look at that there. Let's see. That don't look right. To me, anyways. If anybody's watching this, let me know what you think if you know better than me. Alright, I was about to pull my hair out trying to find this stinking no communication problem. But this is I actually just got goosebumps from excitement, literally. So you see this brown wire here. This is a transmission plug. This brown wire is a communication wire from the transmission to the electronic shifter. So, and it's right here. I ran a new wire there. And then it still didn't work. Still won't start, still no crank. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna freaking open up this whole harness and figure it out. Hopefully I find something. Look at that. That, when I seen that, literally gave me goosebumps from excitement. Now, I still don't know if it's gonna work. I'm real hopeful. And I mean, I know, okay, this purple and white wire is the actual transmission CAN bus wire. communication wire, and it's broken too. So I know this is going to fix the communication with the TCM, and I'm very hopeful and believing that it is going to make the car fire up. Freaking rodent or something. Look at that right there. Can you see it? Another freaking broken wire. What's that go to? I think that goes to that vacuum assist pump. All right, I'm going to get this transmission control wire fixed, let it down, see if this thing will fire up. Yeah, I got my helpers here. Getting her all hooked up for me. I'm still excited.
Oh, it's the twist one, ain't it?
So I'm still excited. We're gonna let this sucker down and it's gonna fire it up. I'm pretty confident it's gonna fire up. Pretty confident.
Turn the key on and see if it says it's in park on this cluster.
If it don't fire up, you know what I'm saying? But if it don't fire up, then there's got to be more rodent damage. Okay, let's turn the key on. Oh goodness, I've got panels tore apart everywhere in this freaking car, bro. Okay, let's see. We got parked, bro. We got parked. Look at that. This sucker's gonna run, bro. Woo! Look at that. Oh my gosh, guys. You don't know the frustration. All right, I'm gonna shut it off so I don't heat up the cats too much. Look at that tack. She's running. Oh man, what a relief. What a relief. Yeah, I was wanting to give up, guys. I will not lie to you.
We should have checked that CAN bus wire to see what the resistance was with it broken.
All right, so you see it's fired up. Man, super relieved. Got to get the glove box in it. Got to get the body control module bolted back up in there. Got to get the ECM bolted back in there. Got to get the driver's side under the dash all put back together. Got to get the trunk put back together. Getting to the star connector back there. Got to get the wiring harness all taped up and secured back up where it goes. Well, I'm going to get it all put back together. All right, I just cleared the codes. Did a rescan. Nothing. So that vacuum pump wire must not be all the way chewed in too. But no codes whatsoever. Now I got permanents, but that don't matter. Then we'll erase as you drive it, and the computer erases them after it does its self-test to prove they're good. Look at that, nothing. And I had all kinds of communication codes and CAN bus and no communication and all right, I got my broken wires all fixed up. I got them all put in some loom and then got tape all around them. Got them secured up in there. We got one more piece left here. Voila. All right. Boy. Well, it's got a high idle. For a second, now it's coming back down. Maybe it might relearn. Might be something where they was everything was out of whack for a little bit, but all right, well, I'm gonna go take this thing on a test drive. So I'm definitely glad to be done with this one. Now, I did not do everything perfect. Now, the job was done good, you know, but as far as finding the problem, I did not probably go about everything in the correct procedure. I got, you know, going down a rabbit hole a couple different times on a couple different things. But now, if you're good at this CAN communication stuff, if you're real good at it, a wizard at it, then you might think, well, you should have just done this, and you'd been done. But when you're just know enough to get you by, you can easily go down a rabbit hole and waste an hour or two on this or that. But if I had another one to do tomorrow, if another CAN communication car was in tomorrow, my thing that I would say I learned from this one would be, if you check your CAN communication with the scope and everything's talking good, the modules that you suspect could have the problems, go straight to them and check your communication lines there. If I would have done that on this one, okay, so 2 communication systems was bad on this car. The electronic shifter had 1 broken wire. What the heck is that? Joe Biden. Boy. My bad. And electronic shifter had a broken wire. So if I would have checked it there, it would have showed a open on one of the lines, the high or low speed line, whichever one it was. Same with the transmission control module. If I would have went to the transmission and had my scope hooked up there, I would have showed an open on one of those lines because it was a rodent had chewed it in half on both of them. Well, anyways, it's done. And hopefully I remember a little bit from this job and conquer the next one a little faster, a little more efficient. And all right, that's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day. I'm going to check my powers and grounds at the body control module because I have no communication with the body control module. Okay, so to get to this body control module, I just pulled this off and pull all these little Phillips heads out of this, and I pulled the actual glove box out. Pull all these little Phillips heads out to pull this out. That way I can get to that body control module easier. Okay, there's my C2 connector. My red and yellow, I got battery voltage, and I got a ground on that. I'll load test it also. So my conclusion is that the CAN network is talking fine. Right here, connector C3, red and gray, red and violet, red and white should be hot. Which should be these 3 right here. Okay. Hot, hot, and hot. And then this black should be a ground. Ground. Alright. Now I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but I'm gonna load test them all too to make sure they will carry current. I'm gonna have to do that off camera. But so that's all my powers and grounds that come into this body control module. My communication looks good on my communication wires. I've got all my powers and grounds, so I don't know any other test except just to replace this body control module. So I'm gonna load test this real quick, and then if it carries a load, then I'm gonna tell them we need to replace the body control module and recheck it. Now that one wire I found underneath it was broke, did make the park light up. So we'll get a body control module for it and go from there.